What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Crypto Vision here, coming at you with your daily crypto market update. Today, we're going to be diving into Chainlink, baby. We're going to be looking at some short term retracement levels, some areas to bounce from, some long term profit taking strategies that I'm going to be looking into. So, if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to drop a like, smash that subscribe button, and leave a comment where you're tuning in from. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So please do your own research. So if we're looking at today's price action, right? We've kind of continuing this correction, this line in the sand area where I kind of want to see us bounce from is this, 618 level down to this minor 786 level. So overall, we're still looking great. Talked about it 2 days ago. Oscillating from that the 1618 down to the 1272, or even down to the one. Right, so we're still in a positive range. We're flirting with this horizontal line of significance, right? If we're looking, right, significant area here, staying above it, right, getting above it, staying bullish, touching on that, right, coming through area of rejection. We've already cleared it, so now we're going to be looking for an area of support, coming even to a longer period. So back in 2021, same thing, right? You come up, shoot up, kind of reject, get up, get back under it, and then start moving, right? There is areas where you draw down on liquidity, right? That's normal for crypto, but we're above this line, right? We're above this area, so we're moving up. So yeah, I think this line is going to be really significant. You got something right here where you came down, rejected, and you kind of went down, right? So again, right here, trying to touch it, didn't get there quite enough. And then down through here, right? Come down, break down, come down, come up, fake out, nope. And we're just down all the way. So this area, significant, right? Significant area. Um, Overall, though, we're still looking great. We're still looking great on Chainlink. I still love I still love it as an asset. I love it as an investment. Um, if we were to see, let's move this down a little bit. Let's get a clear. I don't know why this always moves on me. Sorry about that. This needs to be up a little bit. All right, just a little bit. Okay, that matches perfect with that candle, so that makes sense. Okay, so um, yeah, so we're right in that. We're at 2160, 2159. So we're right there. Can we see any reason to pull back? Yes, we can, right? So we've already looked at the price action. The Fu Manchu is now showing a red dot up here. Don't love it, if I'm being honest. So this correction could be prolonged, right? This correction could be prolonged. We are getting a cross below. Are we getting a cross below? Is that below? Yep, I see it. The day hasn't closed yet, so we could bounce, but you know, we're getting a cross below. Ah, so it doesn't like this area for some reason, but it yeah. So let's not close below that. If we do, we're targeting this area that we drew out before, down through here, right? We're targeting this area to bounce from. So if so, we still have some kind of support down through there, but overall it doesn't look finished still. If we were to, let's get rid of this fib level. All right, let's get rid of this fib level. Let's do this, right? So we've gone down to the 236. I could see us going to the 382, to that zero point 0.5 level, kind of like what we talked about the other day. It's right sitting on some support, sitting right above that. So we can mark those lines and see, tomorrow when we check in to see how we're looking. So we can mark this right here. We can mark this right here. Right. Some areas that some areas to bounce from, some areas to see what kind of action we're going to get moving forward. So yeah, those are some areas that I could see us, bouncing from. If we could get a close above this top red line at 2168, that would be ideal. All right, that would be ideal. So if we're looking at the 4-hour time frame for price, we are below the 20 EMA. We are below the 50 EMA, right? Just below it. It's at 2159. So just below it. And then we're still above the 100 and the 200. If I'm being honest, this looks like a failed failed bull flag, and now we're coming down. Right? Are we coming down to here? Are we coming down to here? Right? Because we got. Do we have a three-way move on the top side? Do we got a 1, 2, 3 little bear flag, right? That's not ideal, right? When you're just moving up like that, that's not great. And then slam back down. So now we're just oscillating. We're moving in a movement pattern where if we invert the scale, right, you're looking like, you slam down, found support, and now you're moving. So it doesn't look done yet. If I was gonna jump into XLM or to Chainlink, sorry about that, I would, look for these support levels, right? So usually you front run. So if it is, let me flip this back over. It's kind of confusing me. Right, front run the 100-day EMA, front run the 200-day EMA for support, right? So overall, that's kind of something I'm thinking for Chainlink. This looks great, right? This Fu Manchu looks great. We are down low. This is the lowest we've been for a long time, right? We're down through here, and we're still above all these price targets. So what was this date? This date. But do you see how there's no wave above? All right, so this green dot's kind of irrelevant. So let's go through this dot right here, something like this, something through July 25th area. All right, July 25th, on the 4-hour, something through here, came down, still wasn't finished correcting, so that's kind of irrelevant. This one irrelevant. This one up through here was pretty legit. It's just coming off, pretty similar off of a kind of a rounded top, right? How you come up and you round top. We could ideally, I mean, it would still be healthy. I would hate to see it. Worst case scenario for Chainlink would be to come back down, test the trend line, right? Another 20% down. We ideally could come up 1, 2. This could act as another 1, 2, a bigger 1, 2. Right? Crypto is very, very difficult to try to predict, but with indicators, we can kind of see that if we drop below this area of resist or this area of support, that 1965, I'm I'm betting that we're going to come down, and let's see if we can find some confirmation on that. Right. All right, 786. That's 6917. That is it's been pretty prevalent. So if we kind of oscillate and then come down, right? Because this is on the 4-hour time chart. So I mean, by in 2 days, 4 hours. What is that? Let's go to next week Monday, because typically over the weekend we don't see anything pretty. So Monday opening, right? 3 days. That's plenty of time to get down here and be oscillating in a corrective form. So let's see us bounce, right? Let's see us bounce from this 1949, this 2060 area, and get out of here. So it does look corrective. It does look like a three-wave move, right? Like I said, let's just see a little bit of deeper correction. It doesn't look finished yet. So getting that out of the way, let's look at some long-term stuff, right? Let's look at some long-term price action where we can see, right, Chainlink moving. So again, we have another trend line from previous areas of resistance, right? So we come down here, slam down, and this was the beginning of 22 May, just complete sideways. This was brutal. This was brutal. This was that 500 days of nothingness. All right, we come up, test this line again. All right, one more time. Test this line. Okay, and then one more time we test it again. So 2 times, right? We've tested this area. Typically, there's patterns. There's patterns in trading, right? So we're expecting at this channel, we're expecting to get back up here, right? Is there any other reason why we can get up here? Well, let's look at the fib levels, and then let's look at historically what we've done in bull runs, right? So that's just below that 1272, right? So the further we go, so if we touch it, tomorrow it's at $40. If we touch it a month from today, what is that? September 15th. Right there. It's 40, 42, 40, $41. Yeah, 40, 42, $41, something like that. So, you get an extra dollar or something. So, and that doesn't mean that this is a gatekeeper for the bull run, but this is you have to have momentum to break these lines, right? Because we don't want to do this, right? We don't want to come down, up, down, and just touch. Right? We do that, we're gonna slam all the way back down to where we were. We want to get some momentum. We want to this wave, this third wave right here. This wave, we need to get up. We need to get up here. We need to get close, right? We need to break the previous all-time high from November. We need to get up here. All right. So when we do pull back like this, we can break through. Because if we just come up and wick and touch this, you bet I will bet everything that I have that it's not going to be pretty, right? If we just come up, wick, slam back down, you can see us going from 42 down to 20. So it's blink of an eye, blink of an eye. So we want something like this, right? Where we're moving up, moving up, moving up, maybe even touching, right? Something like this. That's what we would want to see, right below that 1272, come down, find some support at that 886, and then go up. All right, so this is good. Well, our correction that we're doing right now is good. It's given us some type of momentum to get out of here, right? This momentum that we're building, it's the beach ball underwater analogy, right? So market makers keep pushing us down, but they're in it too, right? They understand what the goal and objective is. It's to make money. They're making money either way, but for them to make the most money, they want prices to go sky high, right? They want to hit that 1618, which I think we can do. I think we can hit that 1618 if we don't just touch and wick to a wick up here. That would be devastating. Overall, all right, let's look at the weekly. Let's see where we're at the weekly. Let's get rid of this. All right, weekly still looks fine. We're still above that 618 level. So we're still healthy. This candle is pretty ugly, if I'm being honest with you. This candle does not give me any kind of confidence. But knowing that my fear is an emotion that the media is trying to take advantage of, the market makers are trying to take advantage of, crypto Twitter, the know-it-alls are trying to take advantage of. It's not something that is going to, take me out of this market. And so we have validation zones. We're still bullish. I mean, this thing is still looking great. Still looking great, right? We had, when you come up, we had some areas where, right, we came up. Oh, look, we're breaking out. Nope, came back down, tested, right? So all we're doing is coming back and making sure that we're not getting too hot for our own good. I mean, we are above this 20-day EMA. We're above it by 30%. We're kind of, we're in an area where it's kind of expected to see a correction, right? We're kind of in an area where, you know what, maybe we see a correction for a week and then we start to run. Maybe we shake out some leverage and then we start to run. So, let's see what we got here. Let's go from here to here. I mean, price action is still above the 236. Okay, worst case scenario, let's go from down here. Price action is still above the 236. You know what I mean? So we're still above the 236. We've corrected down to the 236. There's no reason to think that we're going and we're going to make a lower low. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I see a healthy correction. Like I said earlier this week, we broke out. It would not surprise me. You have this breakout, come back and test, then get up, right? So my lines are terrible. Sorry, but that's the idea, right? So you've broken out. Look at that. We're kind of just pulling back a little bit. That's fine. Can't just go straight up. Look what else it looks like. It looks like that right there. Right? Shoot up, pull back, rip. Right? Shoot up, pull back, rip. So it's not just straight up, right? This is on the weekly time frame. We need to zoom out on some things and make sure that, hey, not everything is on the 4-hour chart. Not everything is on the daily chart. So overall, I think we're looking great. I think this correction needs a little bit more, just a little bit more. We could be getting close. Could be getting close. I'd like to see us bounce off this trend line like we talked about. So maybe a little bit more, maybe come down to that, that 2065 level to that 1950 level. Worst case scenario, we're coming down to that 886 level that we measured, down to that $17 range, down through here. So still making a higher low, still bouncing off a trend line. So we're still looking good. So overall, I'm bullish, ready for alt season, ready to see what we can get going. So if you like the video, please leave a like, subscribe, so we can build this up, make some money, and leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I appreciate you stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.